Okay, hi everyone. Okay, now we will proceed to the second types of the courseware, which is drill and practice. Okay, what is drill and practice? Okay, drill and practice is um, a types of courseware that allow learners to decide how many items will be presented based on learner performance. That's mean this courseware will look at the performance of our learners. Okay, so for novice user, it shouldn't be allowed to select difficulty level. Okay, it is because the user have to follow the flow or the difficulty level, which is from the beginner, immediate and advanced. Okay, and then this also allow the ability to select the type of information practice. Okay, drill and practice is more to the mastery approach. Okay, you have learned about the mastery learning, right? Okay, so student have to master, okay, have to expert in certain level of topics. So here, um, for the for the advanced user, they allow to select the type of information or practice they want to follow, and then it provide a presentation of a complete list of items to be practiced and then drill. Okay. So this is the introduction of the drill, and the basic drill procedure is it must have an item is selected. Okay, the item is displayed, the learner responds, the program judges the response, like the it's the same like a tutorial. Okay, and then the learner receive feedback about the response, right? Okay, this is for example for drill and practice. If we can see here, there is no notes, no information. It just a question. Okay, so this is for mastery learning. So all in the software or courseware is about the practice. We drill and we practice. Okay, it is important to brush up your knowledge and to strengthen your knowledge also. Okay. Okay, so this is the flow for drill and practice. Okay, we have introductory section. Okay, it will give you overview what is about the drill and practice on the topic, and then we can select the item and then question and response. Okay, if they cannot complete all the questions, they can select the item back or choose what the topic or the question they want to do the activity. Okay, and then after they have finished questions and response, they will go to the judge response. Okay, judge response is more to the teacher's response. Okay, and then they go to the feedback. Okay, maybe they will do the evaluation and maybe they will do the uh, reflection, okay, in the feedback. And then the last one is they will close the courseware. Okay, so here, okay, if I can make it bigger, can or not? Okay, okay, if you can see here, okay, drill are categorized as first the introduction of a drill, item characteristic, item selection and procedure, same as the practice feedback, okay, item grouping procedures, motivating the learners and data storage. So you can see here the drill and practice characteristic it have seven, okay, eight characteristic. First is the item modes. We can see here in the drill and practice, we can put the auditory to text, text to picture, pictorial. Okay, here is like text in the picture and picture. Okay, auditory to text, auditory to pictorial, pictorial to auditory, pictorial to visual, and textual to numeric. So the modes here, we use all the multimedia elements, okay? But we combine or we change, we transform from one element to another element, okay? Item direction or bidirectional, okay? Here, bird's photo and its name, the example, bird's photo and its name, musical note and its sound. So we match, okay? We match the element, multimedia elements with the maybe the answer and question in one approach, okay? One part present the stimulus and one part represent the response, okay? Transfer of learning. So here we design for knowledge and skill transfer in useful way. So the approach to transfer of learning here, maybe from the appearance of drill and practice approach and interface, we can transfer from the question become a answer of the learners. Okay. Okay. In drill and practice also, the item characteristic we give hints. Okay. So a drill have hints associated with each item. Item means the question. Okay. To hear us, for example, the hint will they will give you to hear a song. Okay. To be given a classification. Okay, to eliminate one or another two of the incorrect alternative and to identify the region in which it is found. Okay, hints here, that's mean, okay, so, that I have told you or mentioned earlier in the tutorial part. The hints is you give the user to answer but not in the direct answer. Okay, you give them hints or clue how to answer the question or do the practice. Okay, and then judgment. Okay, judgment here to responses are judged in drill. Okay, graphic in drill items. Okay, graphic is used for primary stimulus or response. Okay, here they will give you information, the first impression from in the form of graphic. Okay, and then graphic is also used for hints or feedback and report learners' progress or enhance learners' motivation. Okay, sometimes teachers will use graphic to show you the emoticon. Okay, uh, maybe emoji to or show you in the form of graph or progress, okay, to make the to tell the student about their performance. Okay, not only just use verbal um or in the yes, or not just say for not just tell them using verbal, they also can use graphic. Okay. Okay, it also have a item difficulty. Okay, here we have to consistent when we keep difficult the characteristic of difficult. Okay, difficulty means um from um from the beginning or start. Okay, the question maybe have a low difficulty. Okay, and then it will increase time by time. Okay, so but it must be constant or consistent. And then will increase difficulty based on learner performance. Okay, since we see at the level 1, okay, we put the difficulty by level. The level 1 is more about the concept, and then they go to level 2, more about the practice or application. And the highest level, if you remember about the Bloom's taxonomy, so each the Bloom's taxonomy have a seven or six, okay, level, which is from the bottom side or the lower side is remember, and then they go one layer remember, and then the highest one is create, right? Okay, so here we can group all the items based on their difficulty and based on the level. Okay, level of cognitive uh, refer to the Bloom taxonomy. Okay, and then pace and pacing. Okay, here when we do drill and practice, it's more about the student performance. So we cannot give all the level of difficulty for the same for the same student. So we have to know our student about their progress. Either they is a fast learner or a slow learner. Okay, so we can see their pace. Okay, pace is here to refer to how quickly the drill moves along from item to item. Okay, and then pacing, okay, speed responding means giving the learners a limited amount of time to respond to an item or a group of items. So we have to set, okay, the appropriate time to respond and use pace as secondary task learners to something to respond to facilitate fluency and accuracy. So we have to set, okay, the pace and the pacing of all the items in the drill and practice. Yeah. Okay. And the last one, item characteristic for drill and practice is item list and item generation algorithm. Okay, after you have put all the elements, all the characteristic of all the item in the drill and practice, you have to list and generate the algorithm. So here, two major methods to present item is one, using his selection, or second, generate by algorithm. Okay, if you use the list selection, it will allow to select item from list and present to the learners. And then the second method is an algorithm is a procedure to produce an item. That means it is automation. Okay, automatic. Okay, generate by algorithm. Here we as a developer list. Okay, list setting the list. Okay, for example here, okay, select a number 0 through 9 and call it X. Okay, here is about the more about the programming, right? Okay, select a number Y through 9 and call it Y. And then compute the correct answer and store it in number called Z. Ask the student for the sum of X and Y. So plus here. Allow the student to type a response. Okay, if the response from the student equal to Z, if correct, feedback for correct response, and if incorrect, feedback for incorrect response. And then they go again. Okay, so we set the algorithm here. Okay, item selection and queuing procedures. Okay, here we have to it has to the random selection, which each item is randomly selected from a list or in a randomly generated using algorithm. And organized queuing and order list of the items such as flashing card queuing to compare and check each card and variable interval performance queuing. Okay, so for example, when an item is answered incorrectly, it is positioned, queue at a number of new position in future order of presentation of future queue. Okay, this is methods. Okay, how to do the setting for drill and practice. Okay, then we also have the this is procedure, right? Okay, sorry. In drill and practice, if we can see here, okay, we also have the remediation. Okay, here. Okay. 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 About the item selection, sorry. Item selection and queuing procedure. Queuing. Okay. So For retirement criteria, okay, creation for taking an item out of the list with poor performance history. So we have set the criteria here. So which is with the list of poor performance history. Okay, and then it will allow you to choice of queuing parameters. This is the choice that you can use, such as temporary termination, permanent termination, okay, altering the queuing parameters, resurrections, okay, and then premature termination. Okay, so this is the item selection and queuing procedures when you want to develop a software for or application for drill and practice. Okay, feedback is the must. Okay, because in the software multimedia application, we need to give our users feedback. Okay, so feedback in terms of the technical part itself, such as feedback following discrimination error, or we give them uh, uh, what what it called, reinforcement. Okay, such as we do the in the drill and practice activities, we want to them to identify, okay, about some similar things, right? Like such as kupu-kupu and rama-rama. So here we have to give them feedback, maybe in terms of the information, feedback information to enhance their knowledge, or maybe we give them clue what is about this different about two things. Okay, kupu-kupu is, what is kupu-kupu? Grasshopper. Rama-rama, butterfly. Kupu-kupu, lupalah. Okay, maybe we can you can search it okay, in Google. Okay, alright. Item grouping procedure. Okay, before this we get about the item selection. So the next procedure is about item grouping procedures. Okay, so we have to group size. Okay, we have select to produce a sub-drill that can be mastered in drill station in 15 minutes, for example. So we select the question or items, okay, based on the difficulty, and we select the time that our user have to finish. Okay, and then we also can assign items to groups, okay, by difficulty, by group, by select item based on likelihood or discrimination error, or group items with confusable items like the previous slide. And then we group the selection in several subdrill and only one subdrill used at the time, or we can use review of items. For example, for the items learner find difficult or users least often. Okay, so for reviews of item, we see the frequent, okay, the frequent for the item learners found it difficult or least often. Okay, so not popular one. Yeah. Okay, the benefit of drill and practice. Okay, did you in our, if you remember, maybe during your SPM or during your uh, in the school, okay, you teachers will give you bank soalan. Let's sample of question from others, and then you do the practice to answer the final exam. Okay, so from here we can see, from drill and practice, it will give you a form of competition. Okay, when you compete with your friends or maybe compete to yourself, it will make you motivate to do the best in your exam. And then it also will make you, okay, to do or to discuss with your friend to and go for the cooperative learning when you do it by partner. Okay, it also have the multiple modes and display variety. Okay, maybe the items is not just text. Okay, like the previous slide that I said that the combination of text and sound, from auditory to pictorial, so on, right? Okay, so it have multiple modes, and we also can motivate our student when the drill and practice have the goal setting and scoring like this. So when we set or we put the setting that how many or how marks they have to achieve, so they will feel motivated. Okay, reinforcement, that means you give them encourage them uh, with the motivation words and maybe the additional information for reinforcement. So it will give your student motivate. Okay. So, actually, drill and session length is not too long. Okay, because if let's say if we put one item is too long, or one activity is too long, the student will feel bored. Okay, such as like this video. If I put it too long until 2 hours to lecture or to give you to talk about this drill and practice, it will decrease the motivation of the learners. We also can put a games activity and drill and practice, because that's not only when we do the activity or the approach, we have to answer the question and just right or wrong. Okay, we also can manipulate the items using the games activity. Yeah. Okay, for data storage and program termination, okay, here data may be stored in temporary basis. That means we can use the use the drill and practice for only one time. It not keep our performance. Okay, data will not disappear when learners leave or computer turn off. Data, but if we have database, the data will store in the database and need data for grading and evaluation process. Of course, because drill and practice is a approach or is a strategy technique that we have to keep the performance, the progress performance. So we have to have a rubric or evaluation checklist in the drill and practice also. So for the grading. Okay, same as here, motivating learners. Okay, drill and practice also is something that interesting that we can make from the competition game, the combination of multimedia element, and then to inform learners progress. Here also to increase the effectiveness of drill and queuing, okay, helps emphasize practice. Okay, when we do some the practice, okay, for one topic, we will keep the momentum of our performance when we do the another practice. Okay, feedback is better in multimedia drills because here we can see the feedback in form of not only verbal feedback. We can also the feedback in the graphical feedback. Okay, we can see the dashboard, the progress report, and so on. And the last one is data can be stored automatically or effortlessly, because we have the cloud, we have the database to keep track our progress. So that's all about the drill and practice. Okay. For the next, I will tell you, or I will give you for the next another two types of courseware, which is simulation and games. Okay, I need you to read the slide. Okay, to read the slide that I provide in the My Guru, and for the next week, I will give you some quiz uh, to to test about what what do you ha- what do you understand about the lecture notes. Okay, see you next week. Bye.